everyone, my name's Kristen and I'm with Clean Ocean Action, and today we're going to teach you about watershed mindfulness. So stormwater runoff happens when rain falls on hard surfaces where it cannot soak into the ground. These surfaces are also known as impervious surfaces. Even when it snows, snow will eventually melt to become stormwater runoff. Surfaces with soil and plants do not have as much runoff because a lot of the rainwater soaks into these surfaces. These are called pervious surfaces. This activity is going to get you thinking about what happens to water, including stormwater, on your property after it hits the roof or the ground. For today's activity, we're going to be using a roofing shingle, a piece of shag carpet, and a sponge, each in an individual tray, and then we're going to be pouring a half cup of water on each to measure how much water is absorbed. This will help us determine whether the material is impervious, pervious, or somewhere in between. To start off, we're going to begin with our shingle. The shingle is meant to represent roofs, sidewalks, paved driveways, road surfaces, and other hard surfaces around our homes. When we pour the half cup of water onto the shingle, do you think it will run off or get soaked up? I think it'll run off because these surfaces are quite hard. Let's find out. Nearly none of the water was soaked up by the shingle. How much was left over is marked in red, and how much we started with, the half cup, is marked in black, and they're equal to each other, meaning that the shingle is impervious. Next up, we have our piece of carpet, which is meant to represent grass. When we pour the half cup of water on the carpet, do you think it's going to get soaked up or is it going to run off? I think soaked up because grass is soft. However, soil is quite compact, which means maybe it won't all get soaked up. Let's find out. The carpet piece seemed to have absorbed much more water than the shingle. The red is how much water we had after we poured the half cup, meaning that the carpet, or grass, is somewhat pervious. And for our last surface, we have our sponge, which is meant to represent gardens, forests, meadows, wetlands, marshes, etc. So when we pour the half cup of water on the sponge, do you think it'll run off or do you think it'll get soaked up? I think most of it will get soaked up because plants, gardens, forests all absorb water. So let's find out. Wow, almost all of the water was absorbed by the sponge. That means that that surface is extremely pervious. So now that we've talked about pervious and impervious surfaces and learned more about those, we're going to think about everything that you use, spray, or do on your property. Chemicals such as fertilizers, pet waste, and even soaps from car washing are carried by stormwater runoff into the local storm drain, which is in your street. That leads to the local watershed where these toxins and chemicals are taken. So what can we do to improve the absorption rate of water running into the watershed? That's where pervious and impervious surfaces come in. So one thing you can do is increase the amount of pervious surfaces on your property. You can do that by planting a family vegetable garden, plant a rain garden, or even install some rain barrels to catch the rainwater on site to prevent runoff, or use environmentally friendly products. But we encourage you to go to your local storm drain and find out more about where your runoff will lead to. There's so many ways that you can help slow the flow, and I hope this helped you learn some of those. Thank you. Bye-bye.